Yes. Testing 1 2 1 2. Asar, Aset, Kabesanath, Aquastijab, Neb. Making sure we got making sure we are live. Testing 1 2 1 2. There we go. We got sound. I think money today, huh? I definitely think that. Let me see. Yeah, look up. There we go. ETE, Imhotep, Sini Senet, Ankwastijed, Ankuja Seneb, Dua, 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 Dua. Thank you for all listening. Seba Asar-em-ka. Greetings, greetings, brothers and sisters, and welcome to another episode of Heck in the Chair, Praise the Divine. Of course, thank you a million times for tuning in, listening. As you come into the show, when I produce my show, I don't try to promote it like that. I got other stuff that I do. If you know me, you know I'm a very busy guy, but I make time to do this because this is for the Aku, this is for the ancestors, and this is for you. This is for your soul. This is for your mind, and this is for your spirituality, and this is the cleanser that you need, that you can go forth and put your footprint on the earth and do as your Aku would have had you have done then. Get your books today. You know what we're about to do. I'm teaching you what book is for, what it's about, and in particular, we'll be starting at hymn 38 or chapter 38 or spell 38, and then we'll be moving to chapter 54, and we'll be going past chapter 54 a little bit today as we talk about breathing today. Breathing, very important rights as human beings. So first and foremost, when you talk breathing, we're talking about the process of taking air into and expelling it from your lungs. To breathe, to have room to maneuver, to operate. So very important, very important. And when it comes to the book of coming forth by day, it's extremely important. So get ready. First off, let me just kind of pretense a little bit. Let me share my screen just a tad, just so you know where to go for all your information and all your goodies and stuff like that. As we proceed to give you what you need, CI or commercial, if you will, praisethedivine.org. With the interactive menu, of course, if you're here, you can scroll down, our goals, click on the YouTube page and watch these videos. Pretty soon, some of them will be, as we start to provide other besides just this YouTube. But if you click the learning tab, to the sky chamber, knowing the heavens, the cosmogony, and the cosmology, which I do. I've done some videos, but still just your first steps in the sky, just your very first steps in knowing the sky, right? There's tons of more to learn. Trust when I say that. A lot of people, a lot of their sabars are stuck on information I provided there. You know, no disrespect to anybody else who's teaching, but there's so much more to learn, so much more to learn to different aspects of nature and the nTr-u. And my brother Titus TV is live. He's doing his thing right now. Geb and Henu Tawi, Books of the Earth, Pyramid Text Utterances. Some of the things about the earth, and the nTr-u on the earth. Of course, temple discipline, as my brother Patasa Care would say, when you enter the Ankh, the the Divine Body series, which we're doing right now. I'll probably hop off of this soon and do something different, but we'll still be finishing the Divine Body series. But the Divine Body series is going to be comprehensive, so it's going to take a while to finish everything. Of course, the Virtues of Ma'at. Here, you can click that, download the book, so you can start to get familiar with the ethics codes, right? The ethics codes. And as we start to teach how to be a priest, you know, I start to teach some brothers Medu Netra, etc., etc. When I start to break the Medu Netra down, you will know it not just from the books, you will know it from the sky and from the elements that surround you. You will know in general and in full as much as has been uncovered concerning the language that my mind has grasped and comprehended. And also the rituals. The rituals are the most important. You know, it's one thing after you read it, it's another thing to start to perform, to start to transform. And that is all very important and very comprehensive. And of course, we got the papyrus chamber as well, but I'm not going to overkill. You guys know what the website is about. You can see the website and you can go visit. Today, like I said, get your books ready, get ready to go in. We're talking about the breathing. And the first thing we'll do, let's get visual today, right? We never get visual enough, I don't think. I just want to get a little visual for you. So we're going to start by start with that one. Share my screen again. Share the world again. Here we go. All the focus on, because shu is the essence there, right? Shu is also our solar wind. Shu is the first portion of breathing, and you can see feather in his head. Now, let's crack open our books, and let's chapter 38. Now, book of coming forth by day, the book of the dead. Well, I'll give you a second. Yeah, you know, grab your book, right? So 38a, it says, for living by air in the realm of the dua, or the dead, but this also goes for living by air in this realm here, right? So it's very important that we understand the air. So you got chapter 38, mark it real quick. Think about Shu. The different aspects of Heru for the time being. Let's stop showing that. And as you think about those aspects, the first thing that we want to look at is the faculties of Heru. Shu, first and foremost, is equivalent to the solar wind, and he's a protector of women. So that's one thing. That's our solar wind. That's the first type of air. Then we move to Heru. which are related to the children of Heru and related to your divine senses. And when we talk about your divine senses, we're talking about Imset, which is Ma'ah, which is sight, which is in connection with your liver, and the west wind. If you didn't know, mark that down. I'm going to say it again. Imset, which is Ma'ah, which is sight, and is in connection with your liver and represents your western wind, or Kabes, which is Siyah, which is intelligence, and is in touch with your intestines. Wind. Say it again. I'm going to say everything twice today. Kabes, which is Siyah, intelligence, and touch with your intestines, and represents the east. Third, we have the other child of Heru, Duamutef, who represents who? Timelessness, who east, and is in connection with your stomach and represents the northern wind. Say it one more time. Duamutef, who equals who? Taste, and is in connection with your stomach and represents the northern wind. And of course, happy, which represents Sejum, which is hearing, and is in connections and represents the south. Say it again. Happy, who is Sejum, and is in connection with your lungs and represents the south, right? Just so you know. When we talk about these particular faculties, you mark 38. I'm actually going to take you somewhere else real quick. Go to chapter 112 in your book of Coming Forth by Day. Go to chapter 112. Before we get there, because Heru did battle with Set, right? And when he did battle with Set, he had a problem. Remember, he got his eye knocked out. Got his eye knocked out. So he calls upon these four. This is how they come into existence. These are his children, and they are also his protectors. And these four are known as the souls of pay. The souls of pay. So when we go to chapter 112 in your book of Coming Forth by Day, I can't find it. It's so I can't find it. It's okay. That's why these are rewindable. Chapter 112. Here we go. Let's read. It says, "O you female souls of the night, marsh dwellers, women of Mendes, you are the fish hesp or sepdot in the mansion of Ayapu." So they're talking about a location in the marshes, right? It says, "Sunshade bearers of the adoration who prepare beer of Kinti Henofer or Nubia. Do you know why pay was given to Heru? You do not know it, but I know it. It was Ra who gave it to him in compensation for the mutilation in his eye. I know it." So this is somebody telling the women of Mendes why these four souls were given to Heru. These four souls were given to Heru because his eye got knocked out in the fight with Set. Lloyd. He did more Pacquiao. He caught a couple. And his eye got knocked out. Right? They had several battles if you know the mythos. But this person is telling you that. And it says this. "It so happened that Ra said to Heru, 'Let me see your eye,' since this has looked at it and said, 'Look at that black stroke with your hand covering up the sound eye, which is there.' Heru looked at the stroke and said, 'Behold, I am seeing it as altogether white.' And that is how the oryx came into being. And Ra said, 'Look at yonder black pig.'" Pig, though. That's a mistranslation from Raymond Faulkner in the pyramid text. It says, "Look at that pig." I believe, I won't say what I believe, but it doesn't say black pig, by the way. And Heru looked at this pig, and Heru cried out because of the condition of his injured eye, saying, "Behold, My eye is like that first wound which Set inflicted on my eye. And Heru fainted before him. Then Ra said, put him on his bed until he is well. It so happened that Set had transformed himself into a pig and had protected a wound into his eye. And had produced his eye. And Ra said, the pig is detestable to Heru. We wish he were well, said the nTr-u. That is how the pig came about for Heru's sake by the nTr-u who are in the suite. So this is one of why not all of the match. There was a few, like the followers of Set ate pig. Most rematch stopped eating pig. And they stopped right here. Once this text was revealed. This is one of the reasons. So pigs became farm animals, but they stopped eating the pig when this came out, basically, right? And this is also in the pyramid text. Let's go further. It says, now when Heru was a child, his sacrificial animal was a pig. Before his eye had suffered, Imseti, Happy, Duamutef, and Kabesanu, whose father was Heru the elder. Calling me during action. Don't call me during action. Call me later. Let's read it again. It says, now when Heru was a child, his sacrificial animal was a pig. Before his eye had suffered, Imseti, Happy, Duamutef, and Kabesanu, whose father was Heru the elder, and whose mother was Aset. And he said to Ra, give to me in pay the two in Nekin from the second company. May I be an allotter of eternity, an opener of everlasting, and queller of strife. And this my name of Heru, who is in the papyrus column, right? So when he's asking for the first two, he's asking for Imset and for. And if you read 113, which we're not going to read that whole thing right now, you will see that he asked for the other two, which are Duamutef and Kabesanu. And these are how those come into being. Aspects of nature come into being. Your east, south, north, and west wind. And this is what Heru asked for, his protectors. So, now that you're familiar with wind, and now you're familiar with your east, west, north, and south wind, the protectors of you, who are Heru, the avenger of your father, right? Now we can move forth. We can start to look at chapter 38a. We can start to understand how to breathe, because now we know the word. We know it's a protector for us. Let's go. Chapter 38. For living by air in the realm of the dead. It says, I am Atum, who ascended from the abyss to the celestial waters to the noon, right? I have taken my seat in the west, and I give orders to the spirit whose seats are hidden, for I am the double lion. An acclamation is made to me in the bark of Kepri. I eat in it, and I have become strong thereby. I live in it on air, and I drink in the bark of Ra. So lives on air. All things you know need air. If Atum says he needs air, you know you need air. Let's keep going. He opens a road for me. He throws open the gates of Seb, the earth. I've carried off those who are in the net of the Great One. I've governed those who are in their shrines. I've associated with Heru and Set, the two nTr-u, or the two lords. I dispatch the elders on my own account. I come and go without having my throat cut. I go abroad the bark of the just. I join those who are in the day bark when I attend on Ra in his presence in the horizon. I daily live after death. I am strong through the double lion, and I live after death. Even I, Asar-em-ka, who fills full the earth, who comes forth as the bloom of the lotus plant, who makes the two lands content. The lotus plant. Lotus plant, you see it grow up, right? Sprouting from the lotus plant is what? The four children of Heru, You've seen it before. You see all four of those heads pop up from that lotus plant. What he's telling you right here is that this is how you breathe. The sniffing of the lotus plant is breathing in the air. When you take this ankh and you put it to your nose, life. The lotus plant is the same thing. It represents the sprouting of creation. It represents Atum rising from out of the noon. And when we get more intricate, we'll talk about that. But right now, we're just talking about breathing. Let's keep it simple. So let's go to 38b. For living by air in the realm of the dead. It says, I am the double lion, the firstborn of Ra, Atum of chemists. Those who err in their booths serve me. Those who are in their holes guide me. There are made servers. I stand on the deck of the boat of Ra. I proclaim his words to the common folk, and I repeat his words to whose throats are constricted. I have judged my forefathers at eventide. I open my mouth. I eat life. I live in Bucharest, and I live again after death like Ra. Every day. Now, the air reaches everywhere. Yes. And when you are one who breathes like Atum breathes, one who breathes like Heru breathes, one who is protected by the children of Heru, one who understands the lotus flower sprouting, who are your protectors, the souls who pay, Imset, happy, Duamutef, Kabes. When you understand surround you, inside you, the Heru that is you, then you can breathe. Do as you stand on the bark of Ra, you proclaim his words to the common folk. You repeat his words to these whose throats are constricted. If you don't know the book of coming forth by day or the words of Jehuti, your voice is constricted. You stand on the sidelines. I'll give you an example. You'll watch debaters all the time. You'll watch Sa-Necha. You'll watch Titans TV, virtual TV. You'll watch Black Ice TV. You'll watch a plethora of different shows. And you know what you do? Your side wins because you don't have the words to say what you want to say in a debate of that quality and of that nature. You know why? Because you don't pick up this book. You don't know it. Restricted. You can't get on the boat of Ra if you don't know the words. If you don't think like a certain people, how can you be around them if you're not willing to learn the comprehension of what it takes to be around them? Can't do it. Can't breathe. You don't know how to breathe. They're telling you how to breathe. The ancestors are telling you how to breathe. And you don't listen. You better listen. You better pay attention. Let's go to chapter 54. Let's dig them out. Sometimes I'll just go. That's 82. Chapter 54. For giving breath, like I said, N is you. So say your name when you see the word N. That's you. For giving breath to Asar-em-ka in the realm of the Dua. Let's go. It says, O Atum, give me the sweet breath which is in your nostril. For I am this egg which is in the great cackler. I am the guardian of this great being who separates the earth from the sky. If I live, she will live. I grow young. I live. I breathe the air. Let's stop right there for 2 seconds. First and foremost, the analogy, you are in the womb. You are the Heru in the womb. You are in your shell right now, about to come out. Your job is what? To protect the earth. Your job is to be a custodian of the earth. You are Heru. Let's read it again. O Atum, give me the sweet breath which is in your nostril. Breathe like Atum. I just told you. Breathe like Atum would breathe. Be like Atum would be. Be like Heru, the avenger of his father. Remember who you are. The best way to be an Asar is to be like Heru. Be his son. Be the guide. You see what your forefathers have left you. Now be the guide. Be the protector of it. Let's go. It says, if I live, she will live. If I grow young, I live. I breathe the air. I am he who splits iron. I go round about the egg, the earth. Tomorrow is mine through the striking power of Heru and the strength. Oh, you who sweeten the state of the two lands, Samatawi. You with whom are provisions. You with whom is lapis lazuli. Beware of him who is in the nest. The youth goes forth against you. He's telling his enemies, I'm coming for you. I'm in my mother's womb. But when I get out, we're going to have a problem. We're going to have a problem if you're not in cohesion with nature and nurture. We're going to have a problem. If you did wrong against my fathers, we're going to have a problem when I get out this womb. Heru is talking from the womb of Aset. He knows his mission before he comes out. Just as you look in nature and you see these babies, they drop out of their mothers. You see an elephant drop out its mother. As soon as it drops out, maybe 30 minutes to an hour, it's cohesive of what it needs to do. And it starts to do it. Nature put that in an elephant, right? A baby comes out of his mother. We slap it on the tummy. After we slap it on the tummy, we put it on the teat. How does it know to suck? How does the baby know to suck? It just knows it's hungry. But for some reason, it has the hecker to know to suck from its mother's nipple, doesn't it? Happens a million times over. Let's go. Let's go further. Chapter 55. For giving breath in the realm of the dua. It says, I am the jackal of jackals. I am Shu, who draws the air into the presence of the sunshine, to the limits of the sky, to the limits of the earth, to the limits of the plumb of the nebhead bird, and the air is given to those youths who open my mouth so that I may see with my eyes. Like I said, if you breathe, breathing is connected to your vision. And we're talking about youths. We're talking about the children. We're talking about you. Mother's womb. We're talking about the children in your wombs today, women. We're talking about the sons and daughters in your wife's womb today, man. And how you going to let that child breathe? How does he know how to breathe? Shu gives that power. You give that power. That's your Heru on the way. Just as you were Heru and your mother, we read right here, 54. And you grow and become the elder Heru, as we read before in 112. You will Heru. And when you make that Heru, how will he know how to breathe if you don't give him the guidance he needs? If you don't give him the siyah, the intelligence, the ma'ah, the sight, the hu, the taste, the sajam, the hearing, if he doesn't know from you, how will they know? Let's keep going. Chapter 56, for breathing air among the waters in the realm of the dua. Now we're getting more abstract. But we're still in connection with the earth. Don't get it tangled. Listen, O Atum, Give me the sweet breath which is in your nostril, for I seek out the great place which is in Winu. I have guarded that egg of the great cackler. If I be strong, it will be strong. If I live, it will live. If I breathe the air, it will breathe the air. If you protect the earth will reciprocate for you. If you protect your household will reciprocate for you. If you protect your children will reciprocate for you. If you protect the things around you, it will make it easier for you to breathe. Do you understand? When there was a place in the Duat, in the realm of the dead. What is the great cackler? What is the cackler? What is the egg? It's the earth. If you protect the egg, you won't have any problems. If you stay being Heru, you won't have any trouble. When you stop being Heru, you can't breathe. You don't have helpers. You don't know your east from your west, your south from your north. As the brother Jehuti, Infudisi Jehudimus would tell you, I can give you information, but you don't know how to take it because you don't know which way is up. You don't know which way is down. You're backwards, as he would tell you. But right here, Heru, if you are Shemsu Heru, if you follow the path of Heru, you don't have this problem. You start to get out of these troubles. Let's go further. For breathing air and having power over water in the realm of the Dua. Chapter 57, it says, "O happy, great one of the sky, in this your name of the sky, in this your name of the sky is safe. May you grant that I have power over water like Sekhmet, who saved the Sar on the night of the storm." So now they're getting to the mythos, talking about the mythos. When Sekhmet saves the Sar in the night of the storm. It says, "Behold, the elders who are before the throne of abundance have sent to me just as that august nTr-u, whose name they do not know, sent them." So the elders will lead things for you. It is your job to take advantage of the things the elders leave for you. When you do not, when you disrespect your elders, you breathe. You know this lesson from being a child. You disrespect your mom, usually if you got a sound mom who don't play that, she's gonna go upside your head. It's gonna be hard in her house. If you got a sane dad who go on your chest, it's real hard for you to breathe, ain't it? You know. You know, you at least in my time you couldn't. We see disrespect the elders now. Correct yourselves, you. You're to be Herus, not to be out of control and chaotic, not to be a peps. Let's go further. It says, "The elders who are before the throne of abundance have sent to me august nTr-u, whose name they do not know, sent them." That's Amun, the nTr-u they don't know. "And they send me likewise. My nostrils are open in Busaresh. I rest in Inu. My house is what Seshat built for me. Kanum stands up for me on his battlements. Comes with the north wind, I will dwell in the south. If the sky comes with the south wind, I will dwell in the north. If the sky comes with the west wind, I will dwell in the east. And if the sky comes with the east wind, I will dwell in the west. I will pull the skin of my nostrils. I will open up at the place where I desire to be." If the things around you are not right, if the things around you are not correct, if you dwell in the east, you better go to the west. You can't breathe in the east. You can't make a way for yourself, can you? You can't. If they're not right in the west, you better go to the north. You can't make them right. If you're doing all you can, and people around you will not assist, and you can't breathe, it's time to up and move, ain't it? It's time to move around. If you can't breathe in the north, It's time to go south. It's time to go up south. And I ain't say down south. I said it's time to go up south. Get your directions correct, like I said before. Get your directions correct, like I said before. If you can't breathe there, you better move around somewhere else, huh? You better move around. Dua mutaf. Happy. The daddy, Haru. Kabesanuf. Sa, your intelligence. The power of creation is inside of you, ladies and gentlemen, if you did not know. Shu, the original wind. Figure out who you are. Pick the book up. Read. It's really not that difficult. Remember who you are and be an Asar. Ankwastijed, Uncle Johnson, and I will see you soon, ladies and gentlemen. Dua. Dua. Remember who you are. Be an Asar. Ankwastijed. Put that life to your nostrils. Breathe. If you can't find a way, move around. If you can't breathe, it's too restricted, move around. Move around. This right here, this is different. This is different. It helps you breathe. But it's different than this. It's a little bit different. Dua.